I want to thank Megan for showing up today. I do a Practitioner Profit Program that helps individuals use medical medium as the foundation in their practice. And Megan's been participating in that. So I wanted her to be able to share with you directly what her experience has been and what she's found most beneficial in all of those pieces. So Megan, with that being said, I want to just jump right in and ask you what your experience has been with the practitioner program so far.
Well, thank you for this invitation today, Judy. I'm happy to be here. My experience with the practitioner program has been extremely positive. It's been more than I thought it would be. And it has brought a lot of pieces of this whole healing puzzle together. I would say prior to being in this program, I mean, I've been healing for quite some time. Right now I'm at 5.5 years on medical medium, but I felt like I had a lot of holes in my game. And I just could not get some of those answers elsewhere. And I have been able to understand more of the inner workings of how everything fits together in the whole entire piece, and not only propel me forward, but to also help others.
Yeah, I'm thrilled about that because I'm very much artistic, but I'm very pragmatic. So I want you to get results. I want you to get the results that you desire. And I want you to be able to help your clients get the results that they desire. So it's really powerful to hear that for me. Can you speak to a couple pieces that you feel are unique about this program?
Yeah, certainly. So I would say one of the best pieces of this program is incorporating all of the holistic elements that go into the healing process. So many times we focus solely on the physical, and we either don't address or we don't know how to bring in the mental, the emotional, the spiritual elements, because those have such an incredible impact on our healing as well. And that is just one thing that my eyes have been open to so much more through this entire program so far. And it's just been wonderful. Another element that kind of goes along with that, and I'll quote exactly what you say, is that it's never just one thing. You know, many times we want to just pin a symptom on one thing, or we want to pin, you know, something that we're going through on one thing. And when we step back and we understand these other elements that are involved, it just brings such a more comprehensive understanding to the process. And then I'll address just one more thing that I picked up along the way that I have felt is very profound, is that within this program, I have never felt that I couldn't ask a question. And that is just such a wonderful and just comforting feeling, is that I've never felt shame around bringing up a certain topic or asking something that's maybe a little bit controversial. And I've never been retaliated against, which has just been such a great aspect in terms of not only building community, but building confidence and understanding as well.
That just tickles me. And that is the whole goal. It's like, how can we learn and how can we apply and how can we really understand what we're doing if we don't have that space to do it? I love that. Thank you for sharing that. I'm just gonna play with that one for the rest of the day because it's fantastic. I think that answers the next question, but your confidence in being able to help individuals, there's so much information in the medical medium world, so much information. he's got the meditations and he's got the list of supplements and he's all those things have been shared in this beautiful volume of work. But how do you feel about now sharing the medical medium information with others when you're helping them? How does that serve you? Like what, where are you at with that now?
Well, I have come a long way in the last 9 months that I've been in the Practitioner Profit Program. And my just confidence alone has increased incredibly, but also like going back to just having more of that comprehensive understanding. And one of the things I've found, not only for myself, but then with sharing this information, it's so easy to get bogged down in the details. And yes, the details do matter. However, we have to step back and look at the whole picture and, keep an eye on where we're going. What are we trying to achieve here? And so when I share this information with people now, I have just that more holistic, more just 40,000 foot view. And so I can help to break down some of these tougher concepts into simple and manageable steps and understandings that people can take a hold and use.
It makes it so much easier for people when they can have one bite at a time instead of, having to sort through and wade through the whole ocean. I adore Anthony for bringing this volume of work to us. As a practitioner, I'm overwhelmed sometimes. So that you're able to share with individuals, steps at a time, I think is going to be amazing in your practice. Absolutely amazing. And I want to thank you always for bringing the amount of detail to the questions that you do, because it really does help everybody. And I can get really detailed, but I need to be asked for that. And you do that beautifully. And I'm so thankful. Who do you think, Megan, could benefit from this program?
I think anyone who is open-minded, who wants to expand their knowledge of the healing process, and also to understand how to move through the healing process to the point where they may not need to do everything every day to the same capacity that they did when they started, so that they can reclaim their lives without feeling like it is such a burden to themselves or their family or whomever. And that's been a big change in my own healing going through this process, is just being able to, understand where I'm at and where I'm going and how I'm getting there.
Has the game of your intuition upped?
Oh, definitely. Yes.
Yeah. I'm glad about that. I'm excited because I know there's a lot of practitioners out there that are struggling. Do you think that because of the way that we've gone about this in the program, that you're going to get out there and be able to avoid burnout?
That's definitely a goal. And I definitely have a lot more awareness around that, because I am the type of person that will just pour myself out into whatever endeavor is in front of me to the point where I'll just crash and burn. I've been there several times. So just going back to understanding things more in a holistic and comprehensive manner and bringing in that intuition, I think are valuable tools and valuable understandings to avoid burnout and, or, avoid it, but also keep it in check as things are going along.
I appreciate that. And I hope that the network that you belong to now, because of this program, helps you to recognize that too. Like, what I find in this network is so loving and caring, and yet we don't have a difficulty mirroring for one another when there's something going a little sideways, or there's not the balance that maybe allows you to help more people. You and I've talked, and that's somewhat of your journey, that getting to the wall and crashing kind of thing. And so your ability to come into this and have an open mind and see that there might be a different way, hopefully that serves you for the rest of your life in everything. I like what you spoke about when it comes to having an understanding about what the process can be later on versus when you first start, because that's the term in our world. Well, at least in our network, getting out of kitchen jail.
Mhm.
Nobody wants to be in kitchen jail forever, right? So being able to recognize how your body is working at a certain point and doesn't need that the same way is hopefully a big part of the way that we can look at it as a community. Let's bring this in. I'm very curious. As a practitioner, I know that you're going to be helping a lot more people. Why? Why do you want to do this work? Like, what gets you into this? What keeps you doing this setting? I know your personal health is a big part of that, but what is it that you want to be able to provide in the future?
So one of the things when I found medical medium, I was at rock bottom. I had already spent a decade in the conventional and alternative medical space while continuing to get worse. And I had literally no hope at that point that I could heal. And so my first goal would be to just instill that hope for people who are struggling. Because when you're in that space and you're seeing doctor after doctor or specialist or anybody and not getting a lot of momentum, it starts to be a slow unraveling of hope and of your own self-worth. And so that is what I overall want to provide people. And then, of course, diving into the more technical aspects and knowing that in my own journey, I have had dozens and dozens of diagnoses, over 140 distinct and separate symptoms. I've been through the ringer. And sometimes just having that person there that understands what you're going through is just incredibly valuable. Instead of being told by a doctor, oh, I've never seen this before. Oh, you're the most difficult patient I've ever seen. Or this is so complex, I don't believe that all these things could be going on at once. And many more, right? So my first thing is that I believe anybody who is in that space and is searching for help, because I've been there and I've been on my knees and just begging for some type of answer. And the medical medium information, it just brings in so many components that help to rejuvenate the body. And I mean, without going into specific detail here, it's just something that I have found to be so incredibly valuable that I believe any person can apply, to their lifestyle and see the results when they invest themselves.
Mm. And you, beautiful one, have got a lot of work to do, because there's going to be so many people that are going to be asking more of you as you go because of your experience. And I'm sorry that you had to go through it for a decade and spend so freaking much money doing it. I know you've watched in the medical medium community, and I know you're going to be able to help so many people to streamline it so that it doesn't have to take so long and it doesn't have to hurt. It's hard to watch individuals with working with the medical medium information that aren't getting results because they don't quite know how to put it together, and you do. So here's to an amazing practice and all sorts of individuals in your practice that are getting incredible results. Thank you for showing up today.
Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
And I can't wait to watch more of your story on Instagram and to see you each week so that we can keep putting the pieces together in a beautiful way. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Judy.